like I told you at the beginning, I've read so many books on geopolitics, okay? They're international. But every of these books hardly mention Africa. See, we're just some region in the world that don't mean anything in this analysis. And I'm sad. I'm so sad about it. Okay, but people like you should write books on African geopolitics. Yeah, see, there's so much going on.
There's so much going on in Africa, actually.
Yes, but until you guys start writing the books, nobody will
inform you about what is happening in Africa, and those who will inform the world, of course, they will be discredited, and you know, the most discreditors are those people who feel that they are very paternalistic, and they are the father of Africa, and you know, they should. Africans should ask for permissions when it comes to doing something against them or anything. So even now, you're seeing President Rising, you see some challenges that we're facing from other quarters, because there are some states or some international or the big men that they want to feel like Africa should still be a continent that should be controlled through remote. So that's an issue that they should actually, for now, and I should tell them that Africa has realized its potential, and as actually Africa is the continent for the future. And going forward, I don't. Yeah,
that's clear. But what I'm saying is that African geopolitics,
yes,
in intra-Africa, okay, there is enough to write. See, if you write 2 books in the next 2 years, I will read them.
Yeah, true. That's
because I want to understand our continent. Okay, I want to understand the continent. And you guys who are in this space know so many things, interconnected issues in the continent, and I want to read these things. See, you can't get it listening to the news, because the news in any country is mostly focused on the other one country.
Yeah.
And then it has maybe 5 minutes of international stories, which doesn't concern the next African country. But see, if there's a book that focuses on geopolitics in Eastern Africa, hey, then you guys have the opportunity to tell the story about how things have been going in East Africa for the last 50 years.
Yes, true.
Yes. Hey,
actually,
I'm giving you ideas, man.
There are people, you know, there are people who are informing Africans. You know, there are people who have been informing about Africans.
Write it in a book.
They are friends of Africa, because you look at a person like PLO Lumumba, who is a Kenyan, an African patriot. He has been talking more about Africans and African advancement, and have been very cautious about Africa's and African relationship within the African countries, and of course with other continents and international players. So we also have a person who I like talking about, and the person who I look upon to, Professor John Mashaima. He's also a very, he's a professor in the United States, but he informs about Africans, and he's able to actually to educate others about how Africa is strategic.
After this podcast, please send me his name. I want to see if he writes books.
He writes books.
Because books are the I like to read books. So if he writes a book, I want to read it.
He has written several books.
Okay. So
you the name and you'll be interested.
Very much.
Work. Yeah, sure. And so that's what actually it's actually giving us or informing us about Africans, because Africa is rich of history. Africa is rich of information, and Africa is rich of human resource and natural resources. So Africa as a continent, of course, itself is it's an information. It's a library that most people would want to read about. And it's a challenge that you have also challenged me, of course, and almost challenging you that maybe we can do it together.
Well, see, when it comes to geopolitics and security issues, I don't know much. I rely on you guys. See, I'm a consumer of information, and I use it to think about things,
The things that, of course, they might, but I don't believe that you can do nothing about it. There's something, of course, you can do, and maybe it's an issue of just trying to say, let's do this, and then we can be able to do it.
Of course, we'll look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.